Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Buckle up because what's happening right now is nothing short of a seismic shift in the NFC landscape, and it directly involves the Green Bay Packers. This isn't just some minor trade rumor. It's a deal that could reshape the division and thrust the Packers into a more dominant position, especially on the defensive front. We're talking about the San Francisco 49ers, a team that's been struggling a bit this season, sitting at 2-3 with some cap issues after a series of injuries, particularly on the offensive line. And in a move that caught many by surprise, they've decided to send Javon Kinlaw to the Packers in exchange for a conditional fourth-round pick in 2026, with potential upgrades if he hits certain sack thresholds. This is a strategic move by the 49ers, aiming to free up cap space around $7 million and bolster their depth, especially on the defensive line after some recent struggles in run defense. Javon Kinlaw, for those who might not be completely familiar, is a first-round pick from 2020, drafted by the 49ers with loads of promise. He's an interior disruptor, a true beast on the field, and a player who can really change the way a defense operates. Just look at his stats so far in 2025. He's already accumulated 3.5 sacks with 18 pressures and a PFF run defense grade of 88.7, which is elite. He's averaging 4.2 stops per game, with 15 total tackles and even forcing 2 fumbles. His career numbers 12, 5 sacks and 68 pressures are solid, but what really stands out is his ability to win double teams with a win rate of 78%. Think of him as a volcanic force, similar in power to Aaron Donald, a guy who can explode through the line, disrupt plays, and create chaos for the opposing offense. Physically, he's 6'3", 292 pounds, running a 4.98 40-yard dash, which is impressive for a player of his size and position. His pass rush grades are up at 86.4, especially in stunts where he's shown a 20% win rate, making him a versatile threat on the interior. Of course, his journey hasn't been without setbacks. In 2025, he suffered a groin strain in Week 2 that limited his snaps. But after recovering from an ACL injury in 2023, he's been on the rise again, showcasing his true potential. His stats and film highlight a player capable of dominating the interior line, and for the Packers, acquiring Kinlaw isn't just about adding a player. It's about injecting a new level of explosive power into their defensive front. And make no mistake, this move isn't just about depth. It's about elevating the Packers' run defense, which currently ranks 24th in the league, allowing 4.8 yards per carry. With Kinlaw, the projection is a significant improvement, possibly dropping that number by 1-2 yards per carry, raising the stop rate by 18%, and crucially, increasing sacks per game. Right now, the Packers are averaging around 3.5 sacks a game, but with Kinlaw's presence, that number could see a notable bump, putting more pressure on opposing quarterbacks and forcing mistakes. Now, let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture. The 49ers are motivated by more than just cap relief. They've been trying to manage their roster, especially with the recent extensions for Deebo Samuel and Trent Williams, along with bolstering their defensive line with players like Javon Hargrave, who's also bringing a solid PFF grade of 82.6. The team is navigating some post-Super Bowl struggles, especially after their recent loss in Super Bowl LVII, which has led to some skepticism about their ability to sustain their dominance. But this move, while seemingly a cap dump, is actually a calculated effort to address immediate needs on defense and maintain their competitive edge. The 49ers are focusing on youth and depth, understanding that the league is more competitive than ever and that every move counts. For the Packers, this trade is a game changer. It's about shoring up their front seven, especially in the wake of injuries and inconsistencies. With Devont Wyatt sidelined for 4 weeks due to his knee injury, the addition of Kinlaw provides a much-needed boost in the interior, especially in run support. This move is expected to have a ripple effect, improving their overall defensive efficiency, elevating their pass rush, and creating more opportunities for their linebackers and secondary to thrive. Remember, the Packers are currently ranked 24th in rushing yards allowed per game, but with Kinlaw's disruptive presence, analysts project those numbers could improve dramatically, perhaps to around 2.8 yards per rush, a huge boost that could turn the tide in divisional matchups. The impact on the Packers' defense isn't just theoretical. If we look at the numbers, Kinlaw's addition could increase their sacks per game from 3.5 to potentially 4.5 or even 5, depending on how well he integrates into the scheme. His EPA, expected points added, per play is impressive, and he's a player who can elevate the defense's overall efficiency, making the Packers more formidable against the run and in pass rush situations. Meanwhile, his presence on the field will also help the secondary, especially as a result of improving the team's field position and pressuring quarterbacks into hurried throws or sacks, which could lead to turnovers and more scoring opportunities for the Packers. This move also echoes some of the strategies the Packers have used in past seasons, where interior defensive linemen have played pivotal roles in their Super Bowl runs. Think of players like B.J. Raji or Mike Daniels, disruptors who could change the course of a game with a single play. That's the kind of impact the Packers are aiming for with Kinlaw. His ability to command double teams, combined with his versatility as a 3-technique and nose tackle, makes him a perfect fit for the Packers' scheme, which emphasizes gap shooting and aggressive interior pressure. It's about building a defense that can keep opponents in check, especially in the crucial moments of the game. Now, what about the broader playoff implications? Well, this trade could be the X factor for the Packers as they push toward the postseason. Right now, their Super Bowl odds are around +7-0, but with Kinlaw's addition and the expected boost in run stopping and pass rush, those odds could very well improve to +3,500 or better. Analytics suggest that a strong interior defensive line can increase a team's chances of winning playoff games by as much as 11%, especially against teams that rely heavily on their running game, like the Detroit Lions or Chicago Bears. The Packers, with their improved run defense and added pass rush depth, are positioning themselves as a team that can challenge for a deep playoff run. And let's not forget the historical context. The Green Bay Packers have a storied history of building dominant defenses that can carry them deep into the postseason. Think back to the Lombardi era, where the team's strength on defense was legendary. While we're in a different era now, the core principles remain. A tough, disruptive interior line can be the difference maker. Acquiring Kinlaw signals the Packers' commitment to that philosophy. They're investing in interior disruptors who can help them control the line of scrimmage, create turnovers, and set the tone on defense. It's a move that screams contender, and for fans, it's an exciting sign that the team is serious about competing at the highest level again. Looking ahead, the impact of this trade will be felt not just in the short term, but for seasons to come. The Packers are clearly aiming to reestablish themselves as a force in the NFC North, and strengthening their defensive line is a strategic move to do just that. With Kinlaw in the mix, the defensive scheme can be more aggressive, more disruptive, and more capable of handling the league's most dangerous offenses. And of course, this adds a new layer of intrigue to the division, with the Bears, Lions, and Vikings all watching closely, knowing that the Packers are bolstering their front seven. To sum it up, this trade is more than just a cap move or a depth addition. It's a statement about the Packers' ambitions, their understanding of what it takes to win in today's NFL, and their willingness to make bold moves to get there. Javon Kinlaw isn't just a player, he's a potential game changer, a player who can help the Packers dominate in the trenches and set the stage for a serious playoff push. Fans should be excited because this move shows that the team isn't content with just middling results, they're aiming high, and with the addition of Kinlaw, they just might be on the verge of a new era of dominance. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUB algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this blockbuster trade? Do you believe Javon Kinlaw can be the difference maker that propels this team to the Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Packers. Are you excited about the defensive upgrades? Do you think this move will help Jordan Love and the offense reach new heights? We want to hear everything you think. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more deep dives, and all the latest news from Green Bay. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this Green Bay Packers family growing. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.